In this video, I'm going to teach you about moving platforms when they're moving up and down, but you can tweak them from moving left to right. Up and down in Unreal Engine, so if I select this one, you can see the location right here. This is X, Y, and Z. So the green arrow here is the Y-axis, the X is the red arrow, and the Z means up and down, which is the blue one right here. Okay, so for this, I'm going to go click here on this icon. New empty blueprint class. It's an actor in blueprints. And let's call this one BP underscore moving platform and click save. Now, this one here is opened up and let's choose a placeholder for this and a plane should be fine. Let's hit the log icon right here and scale this up 3 times. It needs to be a bit bigger than before. And let's, for example, drag this one here in blueprints. I found the moving platform right here. So let's snap it back to here and let's move this one up there. And already test this out to see if my player can stand on this one. Okay, he can stand on it and he can fall down from it, which is what I want. So this is a good placeholder for now. Back in here, there's nothing much left to do, except for in the end, replace it with a better model. But now I'm going to go in the event graph. And I'm going to start here for event begin play. Because I want my platform to move up and down. You can see here, this is the Z value of this. So for that, I'm going to change the speed over time. And when we ever do that, we're going to drag in a timeline. So click here, add timeline. Let's call this moving and double click on the timeline. And let's add a track and click add vector track. Let's also call this moving platform. And now you need to lock the axes that you don't need. So I'm going to choose the Z axis. You can choose different ones if you want your platforms to move in different directions. I'm going to lock X, Y, and you see whenever I hit compile and save, I need to do this again. So make sure those are those are locked before you continue with what I'm ever going to do now. Let's set a length of about 3 seconds. Then shift click 2 nodes in between. Select your first node and set a time at 0 and a value at 0. The second one here will be at time 3 because it was 3 seconds long, and let's set a value of 250. 250 is centimeters in Unreal, so 2.5 meters in size. You can also align it like this. And now if you did this in this order, now it's fine to hit compile save and close this tab right here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is update this over time. So update, then set relative location. We need a relative, not to the world, not the entire world, but relative to this plane. I named this plane. If you named yours differently, then choose your name here. So set it off this. So you have your target already in here. And the new location will be the one of the moving platform right there. Then we're going to add a delay node for a duration of 3 seconds. Because if I don't do this, then the code will be executed immediately after this spin. So I need to wait 3 seconds before I continue my next nodes. 3 seconds because I also set this length to 3 seconds. Now I'm going to add a variable. Click the plus icon and let's name this variable is looped question mark. Hit compile and let's set this to true because I want this to be looped from the start. Okay, B click to add a branch and control drag this in to get together of looped. And if this is looping, then I need to set looped to no longer looped and set if it was false back to looped. Because now I need to get this node and plug it here into the reverse pin and plug this one in back to play. So it's reversing and playing back from normal. Okay, so in order to do that, this will be a bit weird. So this one goes into reverse. Let's zoom out a bit. Put this one into reverse and this one into play. Now, if you somehow missed, you can also hold Control and drag it into the another one. Okay, now this is a bit of spaghetti coding, so let's fix this up. Double click on the wire, To add reroute nodes, also do this one here. So let's keep things nice and organized. Let's also do this for the bottom wire. And double click once again. And keep things nicely organized. Then hit compile and play. So, okay, I think this is fine for testing out. Let's hit the play button right now. And you can see our plane is moving up and down. So now when I jump on top of here, I am moving up and down. And I can still double jump whenever I touch the ground once again. And you can also drag in multiple of these next to each other. So let's all drag this one out. You can see both of them are moving. Okay, let's choose different placement holders. So back here, moving platform, viewport. I selected plane. And right now I'm going to change the mesh of the plane right here. I'm not going to change a lot because maybe our reference right here of this plane will break. Now if you use a different static mesh altogether, make sure you also just plug this in once again, okay? So for now, instead of the plane, I found a different model that I really liked. Content, Asian Village, or any other model that you liked, meshes, props. And I liked this statue platform 01 for this. So make sure this one is selected. I have also the plane selected, and on the static mesh, click use. Okay, we need to scale this one down a bit. So scale this one down, hit compile, save, and see how it looks in my level. Okay, still way too big. So let's scale this one down a bit. Maybe also in the z-axis. Still keep scaling it down. Compile and see my world. Okay, this looks way better. And now I hit save whenever I'm happy with the size of this. It's still named plane, so my reference here is still fine. So whenever the game begins playing, it's updating over 3 seconds into a value of here, 250. You can also increase this to a different one if you like to. Back in the event graph, it is setting that location over time, so this needs to be connected. It delays 3 seconds because then is switching between is not looped and is looped. So it is doing the reverse motion or the normal motion. And let's also test out this model. Maybe I need this for double jumping, which makes things easier. Hey, and here it is working. And from here, I can also go to here. And still my coins are working. So I get my platforms inside of my level. Okay, let's say you want to add different platforms with different values. Now, that's not a problem. Go back to your content, it was inside of blueprints, and then you can select this one and go right click. Now if you want to create a child blueprint class, you can build on top of what is already created, or you can just duplicate and it gives a different name. Let's name it not 1, but let's name this one 2. So this is a good duplicate from this one. And right now, let's say I want a length of 2 seconds maybe, and the value here at the end is 2, maybe 200 for this one, and hit compile, save. Back in the event graph, let's also set the delay node for 2 seconds, and the rest I keep as is. And now when I drag this one, so number 2, and then I hit play, you can see these are changing at different speeds. So then I can drag in multiple variations, and this is more fun to play our game. And also test it out. If I don't misclick, I'm very bad at my own game, right? So let's start right here, and I can jump right here, and they are working fine. And you can make a mix between those two. So for example, you can alt click, and let's alt click this one. See, I'm mixing this, so those two are the same and those two are the same. See, and you have some pretty cool variations going on inside of your level for your player to jump onto in order to reach the end.